So my son is just this huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, the character, and he recently made me get him this board game that we were going through the bookstore, and he saw this board game, Sonic Roll, and he was all like, you have to get it for me, and I was like, oh, this is just going to be licensed trash, it doesn't look very good, but we got it for him, and we've been playing with him. So, you might be wondering, was I right? Is it just trash, or is it actually a good game? Hello, welcome to Intermarifica, New Mexico, the channel where we look at things of wonder from the perspectives of faith and reason, philosophy and theology. I'm your host, Daniel Kelly, and today we're continuing looking at what I think are one of the biggest wonders of our culture is board games, and I think it's one of the most awesome parts of our culture. So, my son made me get him this Sonic Roll game that, from the outside and from the box, I was like, this is going to be trash, but he loves Sonic, so we got it, and he really wanted to play it. So we've been playing it a lot recently, and I have some thoughts on it. So the first thing is about it that I think is maybe one of the most important things is I am very, very surprised how well it takes the games and puts it into a board game form. So I would never have imagined that you could take this side-scrolling game that's all about speed and movement and platforming and make it into a board game. But they actually do a very good job. So it's a pretty quick game once you get to learn it. It takes maybe half an hour to an hour, which is great for my son. He has a short attention span. Like, I'll start playing games with him. He really likes to set up Dune Imperium and play it for one turn, but that's his attention span and Dune Imperium's not a long game either, but that's his attention span. Well, this works perfectly for him. Very short game, quick setup, and go through it quickly. So I thought maybe it'd be just really, really dumb, too simple, right? But actually, it's perfect. It's complex enough that when I'm playing with him, I don't get bored, but simple enough that he enjoys it and he can grasp all the concepts and stuff. So that's awesome. Basically, you go through different stages. You set up a board that's different stages from the game, and then you go through it using dice, which is really fun. He loves rolling. You get a bunch of dice and you roll them, and I think that really well translates in the running through and platforming. Rolling a bunch of dice gives you somewhat of the same feelings that platforming on a fast-paced game gives you. So I think that's really good. Then you assign the dice to do stuff, and it's really fun, and it moves right along. So I really like that it's fast-paced, simple, but not too simple. There's more strategy. So that's what I really like about it, and that it holds his attention. What I don't like about it is, first of all, the rule books are not at all clear, right? You have to figure a lot of the stuff out. It seems like they were not written in some ways by people who speak English, or stuff was just left out, or it was just lazily put together, the rule books, and that's a bad thing. But I think most people who are pretty familiar with with board games can get past that problem. Another thing is, I haven't got to this point. I am afraid that it'll get played out, but I haven't got to that. We've played quite a few games, and so far it's still fresh, still fun. Another minus is, so far in all my games, the different characters you can be, because you can be Sonic, you can be Knuckles, these different characters, they don't seem balanced. But that's fine. Your younger kids have the more powerful characters like Sonic, and the older adults have other characters like Tails, and I think that's fine. So overall, there are some bad things, but mostly, if you're looking at this and you have young kids, or even, I don't think it's just for young kids. If you want a fast-paced game that's not just really simplistic, they can have, one thing I love is you can play it 2-player, but you can also play with a lot more players. So I hate the games that are just 3 to 4 players, because 3 to 4 is so restrictive. Because if I'm playing with my whole family, 4 players is too little. If I'm just playing with my spouse or one of my kids, I need to be able to play 2 players. So I love the amount of players that it is. That's great. So if you're looking for just a fast-paced, fun game that doesn't take too much thought, but also isn't just mindless, yeah, I'd recommend this game. Pretty good. I hope that was helpful for you. You have a wonderful day. God bless.